college is a high school only, so that creates its own challenges, and it's what makes data really important when the kids first arrive, because we don't have the background of direct teaching experience with the kids. So early data is something that we view very importantly. We have an interesting diverse range of students here. Probably about 20% of our students come from 17 different countries whose language is not English as a first language, so it's got a real cosmopolitan feel about it, and that's something that we like to celebrate. Some of the programs and changes we've made, that's where it's been very interesting, because as a principal you want to see change. I mean, I think that teachers are teachers because they want to change the world, and I'm a principal and I'm no different. We want to change the world for the kids that are in our school. And as a result of the national partnership, one of the things we've implemented is a teacher craft time in our staff meetings, so that we dedicate a little bit of time every staff meeting to discussing, sharing an idea about a teacher craft, to say how can we do this better, and we reflect on that and those kinds of things. So that's been something that we've implemented since the national partnership. Another thing is we've wanted to enhance the collaboration between teachers, and this has taken some time, but we're in the process and we have implemented a project time. So once a week on a Thursday after school, teachers have project time till about 5 o'clock, and that's an opportunity when teachers can collaborate and say how can we do things better. That's a growing thing, because at first it can seem as well this is just an extra, but it's changing so that people realising, hey, this is something we want to do. We want to improve what we do.
My role as key teacher involves a number of facets. I do in-class learning support, I analyse data, I collaborate with teachers, and I enjoy working with students in this role. Through the national partnerships, we are one of 10 South Australian schools chosen to develop numeracy. We believe that numeracy is important for students to build their number sense, so that they can make meaningful connections outside of school. Since the national partnership funding, we have been able to create and provide better quality of learning relationships. We have been looking at more informed data analysis in order to improve our students' learning and achievements. We have been able to collaborate as teachers and with students as well.
As a teacher personally, this collaboration has helped because it means I don't need to reinvent the wheel. The other teachers have got some great ideas, and their ideas have really transferred well into my classroom as well.
The key tools that I use when teaching numeracy are repetition, going with the basics, and then structure. So what I will usually do once I receive a fresh group of Year 8s is I'll have a go at assessing where they are by just giving them some problems and some questions that involve basic skills. From that, usually as a cohort, I can identify a few weaknesses, and then what I do is just go to work on building up those basic skills. To do that, Craig and I have developed a lesson structure that's fairly uniform each lesson. And so the kids know when they're going to be working, when we're going to be doing a bit of review, when I'll be checking homework, that kind of thing.
Some of the tools we use in class include recapping information that students have learned previously. Usually at the start of every class we'll spend 5 minutes just going over skills that they've learned in the previous lesson, and we'll start to build on that after that. Another tool we use is playing games. Games involving, they might have cards or dice involved, usually some sort of tangible thing that they can use.
The activities in maths class help me to improve my maths.
The most exciting result for me is that I'm seeing students engaged in more reflective activity. So they're more prepared to share and say what they're thinking, and that in fact becomes even more data, the kind of data that we really want the data that actually speaks to their growing capacity or their uncertainty about a particular topic, rather than just hiding behind, is this right or is this wrong? We wanted data that was in line with the teaching. We wanted data that was part of the learning and the teaching process, rather than these little add-ons which last for the life of the project. We wanted something which became part of our teaching and learning process.
Having access to that data, keeping good records of that data allows us to track a student's progress. And so if we see a trend appearing or a change in their normal learning behaviour, we can identify and respond to that.
When we capture that data, that gives us the information as to how we can differentiate our classrooms to cater for the strugglers, through to those who are at core level, through to those who we want to continue demonstrating ability beyond their years.
As students are improving, they're becoming more confident with their mathematics, so they're able to ask more questions in class, or they feel more comfortable asking questions. They're also able to have better dialogue between each other, and they'll often in class they'll be discussing problems or debating the different things that we're doing in class, which is really good to see. So often the discussions are not so much a teacher-led discussion, but more a sort of a student-driven discussion, and it's more open-ended, so it could end up wherever the student takes it.
Before I was quite bad at maths. The teachers teach me some techniques to improve my maths, and I'm really good in maths.
Maths, you have to get down and you got to do all the working out and show you working out, and when you get that answer you feel a sign of relief and feel great.
So if people want to contact Prescott College and discuss ideas, share ideas about national partnership projects, about how we can improve the development of number sense and mathematical ability in schools, we'd be delighted for you to contact.